Hello everyone. We are celebrating my brother's birthday, also known as Bob, and go back to the first one here. Which one is the first one? This one? Yep. So the first picture we have here is a 11th American History Chapter 21 quiz from 1991 to 92, somewhere around there. Teacher is Mr. Balzano. Bob is in his senior year of high school. And going down to number 4 on the answer, instead of just putting 1, he puts 2, B then A. 2 answers, well, WTF, bro. Number 7, again, same answers, WTF. And I can tell at this point Bobby is frustrated. Bob hates his teacher. We can tell. He puts a little face, little frustration face with a hat, tongue sticking out. The teacher gives him -3 because on the last one, it's the Panama Canal was also called the Big, and he puts ditch and canal. Maybe he knew that answer, but he was just trying to make a point because he was frustrated. We're going to find out why pretty soon. So the giveaway is the canal, the Panama Canal was also called. Obviously it's going to be something different. So the only thing I can really say is WTF, bro. Moving on to the second picture. Now, my handwriting is just as bad or even worse in standard handwriting and then cursive, both of them. It's like my mom. My mom has bad handwriting. So that little tradition moved on from my mom to me and my brother. So going on, one reason it is hard to attain world peace is that different countries believe in different ways of life, and some countries do not believe in these ways of life, so they fight to become all one country and one way of life. The bigger countries take the smaller countries and change their way of life, whether they like it or not, and that causes rebellion, which in turn causes war. Last sentence, my conclusion is that mankind will never achieve world peace. All I can say is LOL. The drama continues. Because the teacher does say he has a good point, but he also says, in regards to the last sentence about world peace, we must try. And so he writes, finally his conclusion is write more, gives him a 95, and the drama continues. Moving on to the next one. Bob writes to Mr. B, then turns it into him. And the written message is, well, it starts out with the quiz saying I can, and then a 4-letter word. But my brother goes above and beyond the above and beyond the call of duty and just puts a 3-letter word and says I cannot. But he doesn't stop there. No, he's got to add in 2 more sentences to the assignment. I cannot do so much work in so little time. Know what I mean, Vern? And then he turns it in. Gets graded and busted. So the teacher grades it, adds his remarks. Yes, you can do so much work in so little time, Bob. And gives it back, grades it, gives it back to him. And then after he finally gives it back to him, because the teacher is not going to receive it again, Bob is not going to give it to him again, but he still adds more to it. No, I can't. Knowing that the teacher is not going to have him turn it in again to see what he's going to say. My brother cracks me up. But, yeah, called Mr. B. Vern, LOL. Mr. B, also known as Papa Smurf. Moving on to the next one. And the drama continues. And my first remark is, because this is the progress report. Course name, American History Regular. Instructor, Dom Balzano. Course number, Regulation 4-3. Or Regular 4-3. And so it has all these assignments. And that goes to Bob versus Mr. B, aka Papa Smurf. Final score. Going down, total possible points, 750. Robert got 296 out of 750. Percentage is 39.5%. Grade F. Final score, Bob 0, Mr. B 1. LOL. Next picture. Bob pretending to be Arnold Schwarzenegger, looking at his tongue. LOL. WTF. Lake Worth Beach, Florida, in the 1980s. Next picture appears to be Busch Gardens, that's my guess, in Florida. The three people on the left are Bob, is all the way to the right. Next one over is me. Next one over is Mom. We're all looking at Dad. Dad's taking the picture. I guess we're getting ready to move, getting ready to go, start the ride. It's one of those water rides where everybody gets in, and it's a circle. About 8 people fit in, and you sit and get in the seats in a circle, and it spins around as you go down the rapids. Moving on to the next picture. Everybody's wearing suits. Me, Mom, Bob. I'm on the right side. Mom's in the middle. Bert's on the left. Bob's on the left. Next picture. I don't know. This could be either Christmas or Thanksgiving. Maybe Christmas in the old trailer, which could have either been in, I'm thinking Pahokee, Florida, or maybe Fort Lauderdale, Florida. But either way, it's all the way to the left is Grandpa, next one over to the right, Mom, next one over is me, pretending to be Arnold Schwarzenegger, flexing with 2 arms, trying to show the muscles, smiling with the big teeth showing. But Bob sticking out his tongue again. WTF, bro. But we got it going on there with the turkey. We got the turkey, apple cider. Grandpa look like he's drinking a beer or a coffee. More than likely it's a beer. Miller. Next picture. Oh yeah, that's me all the way to the left, styling in the afro and the oversized glasses. Why? I have no idea. Afro? Why? I have no idea. Next one over is Mom to the right. Next one over to the right. Bob holding the cat, looking down at the cat. And the last one behind all of us is Mom's caddy. 472 V8 big block, because you need a huge engine to move that much car. 4-door 79 Cadillac DeVille family car. Moving on to the next picture. Bob's diesel-powered Volvo. Back in 1991. The Volvo, I don't know what year it is. Probably around 1990. I don't know, somewhere around there. Mom's in the picture there in the front, guarding her Cadillac. And that's the house where we live at right now, where I live at. So, next picture. Oh yeah, Kristen, you might want to close your eyes for this one, or not, maybe, I don't know. But this is Bob here. Deer caught in headlights look on his face. He did something that Dad found out just now back in that time, and all I can say is busted. And number 2, Bob's ex that's his first love, but which is now his ex. Yeah, I heard that she moved back to Pahokee, Bob, and there's a rumor that she's no longer dating men anymore. She's only dating women. But yeah, Allison Butler, LOL. Ignore this one, Kristen. Moving on to the next picture. This is a picture of Grandpa, Mom, Robert. Robert's the one to the right. I'm the one to the left of Mom. And this is the southernmost point in USA. I don't know about that right now, but it is the southernmost point still of Florida. It is called Key West, also known as the same-sex capital of Florida. Why? You can only find out if you go there, but you'll find out. Moving on to the next picture. This is either the trailer park in Canal Point near Pahokee, Florida, or the trailer park in Fort Lauderdale around the 1980s. And that is Bob wearing his spiffy suit there. That's our old trailer before we moved into the house. Next picture, and that's the end for this folder. I do have more pictures. Let me see how much time we have left. I want to try to wrap this up in 15 minutes. We have about 2 minutes, so maybe I'll go to 20. I can do 20. So we're gonna check out these other pictures just for extra credit. So the other pictures, and we're gonna change this out for a minute while I find these folders. So I'm all dressed up, Bob, in case you're wondering. You know, I'm probably gonna make this video public, so you know, I don't want to be looking like a homeless veteran, even though I might be soon. Moving on, so we're gonna find these pictures. I have found the pictures. So now I'm gonna set this back to screen, and we're gonna go back to the screen. So now we have more pictures, and the best way we can do this without, because I didn't edit these pictures yet, so they're gonna be weird. But in order to beat the weirdness, I'm going to use my high-speed magnifier, my Windows magnifier. And this is, let's see, yep. So this is Benny Wright. Bob used to give him the nickname of Benny Hill because he looked like the guy from Benny Hill. So Benny's lives on our street, and he decided to come over and hang out with Bob for Christmas. Next picture. This is our big Hispanic family from Miami, from Cuba. Some of them are from another family, but they're joined our family by marriage. But most of the ones from my family were brought over here by my father a while back, about 10 or 20 years ago. So from left to right, the first guy with the kid, I don't know who he is. The next one over, I don't know. Next one over is my grandfather. Next one over is my grandmother or his ex-wife. And next one over is my father. Next one over is my mom. Next one over is my aunt, all the way to the right. I was going from left to right. The one down on one knee is me, with the big afro and trying to look like a pimp daddy with his, or the thinking statue. One of the two. Take your pick. Next picture. This is me all the way to the right. I graduated high school. I'm wearing my little t-shirt there, puffing out my chest, trying to look all big and bad because I had too much beer. Had that little drunk look in my eyes with my tongue sticking out, acting like a complete goofball, trying to puff out my chest, but I didn't really need to back then because when I was a senior I was pretty buff. My upper body, I was lifting weights for about 3 or 4 years of the last 3 years of high school. I was benching a little bit over 200, which is pretty good considering that I'm an inch shorter than the average guy. The average height of a guy used to be 5'5". I'm 5'4", and I was about 140 pounds back then. I had some pretty big arms, triceps, for my size, for my frame, my body frame size. So the next one over is my Uncle Osvaldo, or in other words, my dad's brother. Next one over is my mom to the left. And then the next one over to the left is my father in the white shirt. The one in the back, kind of like in the middle, but you can barely see her. That's my cousin, Barbara. And next picture, this was at Osvaldo's house, my Uncle Osvaldo's house down in Miami. Yeah, he has a pretty nice house. So this is back near where we live, in a place called Belglade, the next town over. Because Pahokee doesn't have a Pizza Hut, so that's Pizza Hut in Belglade, Florida. On the right, that's my grandfather. Behind him is my brother, Bob. We were about 11 or so, I guess. Somewhere around 11, 12, 13, somewhere around there. 14, 15. So the next one over to the left in the back is me. Next one over in the front is my mom. And it must be somebody's birthday because we always, or we go there for a holiday. Next picture. One to the left is Bob. One to the right is a friend of his named Chris Alejandro. He lives in Okeechobee now, or at least he used to. Next picture, either me or my brother's little remote control RC car. That's our street. So if you look down the street behind the toy to the left, you can see a car, and right there is a little Coca-Cola company run by the local mayor. That is Bob, around 13, 14, somewhere around there. There's Bob again, around 15 or 16, with his little fur ball. Next picture, Mom with the fur ball. Next picture is, I believe, my recruiter, the one that recruited me into the service, into the regular army. I'm gonna have another picture. I'll have to redo that picture. And there is me and all my bare-chested glory, around 15 or 16 years old, when I just started to start lifting weights. I seen some Arnold Schwarzenegger movies, probably Predator or the other one, Commando, one of the two, and I was starting to see his movies and learn about Arnold, and that's what got me into weightlifting, was Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's what got me into it, of lifting weights. Yeah, but that's me with my big, well, slightly smaller frame, but still big frame glasses, big metal gold looking glasses with my afro. And my mom's off to the right. There's another Christmas or Thanksgiving picture. Went all the way to the right to me. To the left is my mom. To the left of that is a grandpa, getting ready to grab some turkey, holding up apple cider. My brother's in the front eating a piece of chicken, turkey. Next one is the back of our house. That's what it used to look like. It don't look like that anymore. But yeah, it looked pretty nice back then, a lot nicer than it does now. Next picture, that's the front of our house, before the patio got enclosed. It used to be an open patio. And we were moving stuff around and all that. That's my mom to the right, me to the left, wearing one of my favorite shirts. I forget what it says. That's my mom to the right, and Bob to the left, sporting his white t-shirt. Next picture appears to be Busch Gardens, the water plume or water flume. I think that's what they called it. Busch Gardens, Florida. To the right, my brother. Middle, my mom. Me to the left. Sporting a new hairdo. My brother's got a new hairdo. My mom's got a new hairdo. Next picture. To the right, grandfather. Next one over to the left, my father, mother, and me down in the front with my little afro, trying to look all sharp with my shirtless shirt. Next picture. Oh, that was I don't know where that was. I'm thinking maybe it was my uncle's house, or maybe my grandfather's apartment in Fort Lauderdale. Opelika. This is my Uncle Osvaldo's house. Mom to the right, Uncle Osvaldo to the left of her. To the left in the back is my father in the white t-shirt. I don't know who the next one over is. Female woman. I don't know who she is. Next one over, the slightly chubby guy with the striped shirt. I don't know who he is either. That's in the kitchen of my Uncle Osvaldo's house in Miami. We're having a nice little alcoholic party. That looks like the airport. Maybe we were picking up somebody, my grandmother from the airport. One all the way to the right's my cousin Barbara. Next one over to the left, my grandma. Next one to the left in the front, Aunt Elsa. Next one over to the left beside me, wearing a pimp hat. I have no idea. The one in the back behind Elsa, looking at the camera, is my Uncle Osvaldo. Moving back over past the guy beside with the pimp hat is me, trying to look all big and bad with my arms crossed, trying to show my biceps, trying to show all my dad's behind me, and there's my mom beside me to the left. Next picture. See how much time we have. Oh, 26 minutes. I better cut this short. But yeah. So I'm gonna try to keep it at 30 minutes. I guess. I think I have it up to 30 minutes. That's my father in the sugar mill down in Canal Point near Pahokee, Florida. That's the machine shop. My father's with the white shirt. It's an overhead picture looking down from a second story balcony thing. And below him, to the bottom of the screen, right here is, I think they call that a lathe machine. That little big object is about, I don't know, about 10 tons, somewhere around there. 10 or 20 tons of weight. It's a big part that goes on a train. Next picture. Any more pictures? Nope. So I have 3 minutes. Might be able to get one more folder. I gotta zoom out. Okay. Next folder. You might be able to get this one done. Yeah. So we're gonna zoom in. That's I believe that's me and my brother either in Miami or going, or somebody taking a picture of me and my brother near some female's house. Brother's on the right, I'm on the left. The afro, the white shirt. My brother's got his knee on his diesel Volvo. You can see the name there of the diesel Volvo. Next picture. My brother Bob to the right, his friend Chris, showing his interest in me taking a photo of him and Bob together. He didn't like the idea so much, so he decided to shoot us a bird, and my brother laughed. Next picture. Go up here. This is my brother on the right, mom in the back, me on the left. One in the front on the bottom is Charlie, our first dog.